Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Do you notice anything different? Particularly the lighting. I got a ring light. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't know that, but I officially got a ring light. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is when I turn it off. So this is what it would be like normally, and let there be light. Very happy because now I can film more makeup videos. One of the big reasons why I didn't film many before, other than the fact that I don't really think I'm that good at makeup, is because like I don't really have a great place to do it that has good lighting. And the reason why I'm doing it in my living room right now is because I am in the process of packing my life up to leave for the summer. So I have like suitcases all over the floor. You can barely walk in there. So luckily I can just bring my cart out here, bring my mirror, and do it out here. So enjoy my backdrop. It's just my living room in the background. I'm gonna film a makeup video today. I'm gonna be doing like a spring glam look that I've been doing. It's definitely not a simple look, like it's kind of all out, but it's a look that I've been doing recently that I really like. I think it looks really nice, and you can like do this look, just change out like the lip color for a totally new vibe. So it has a very fun lip color. I'm very excited about it, but I'm just gonna do it and like talk while I do it, because if you guys know anything about making YouTube videos, in particular makeup videos, they take a long time to edit, which I'm very busy right now with school, so I figured if I did like a chit chat get ready with me, it maybe wouldn't be as terrible. We'll see, but I'm just gonna jump right into it. I am gonna find like some random questions. I thought we could do like a random Q&A, get to know me a little. Okay, I found one. We can start with these questions and go from there, but let's start with the makeup first. So obviously I'm gonna tie these luscious locks back. Okay, so always moisturize before you do makeup. So I'm running out of this, but you guys know I use the Neutrogena. It's like the oil-free everyday moisturizer for sensitive skin. Oh, it feels so good to moisturize. You guys see how red my face gets just from literally touching it? That's because like I have such a fair complexion and I get really like rosy really easily. So like just literally touching my face gets me like so red. It was actually crazy. The other day I was at my sister's house and her husband made me a Bloody Mary, and I don't know why, but I had like a weird reaction to the vodka, and that happens to me sometimes. Like when I for sure like just drink regularly, my cheeks get so rosy, but this was like not normal. All right, so moisturize first, and then I'm kind of gonna let that dry a little bit. So let's answer a few questions. So question number one, where did you grow up? I grew up right here where I'm currently living, in a little town called Freedom, Wisconsin. If you are like from Wisconsin but don't know where Freedom is, it's like halfway in between Green Bay and Appleton. So it's like a little farm town, very small. Like we only have we have a church, a bunch of bars. We do have a high school where I went to school, and like a middle school and elementary school, but then we also, for as far as food goes, the only like restaurant chain that we have is Subway where I work. But we just have like a little salon. We have we actually have a drive-in movie theater, which is really cool. So now I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. primer. It's the new primer that I just got. I really like it. It's like the hydrating mist primer. It's kind of intense when you spray it though, so like brace yourself, but it just feels so good. And I will usually take a beauty blender and just kind of blend that in, just so it gets all over, because when it sprays, that's the only complaint I have about it is that like when it sprays, it kind of just goes all over and it doesn't like, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't evenly prime me. But the reason I like it is because I get really dry patches throughout the day, and I feel like ever since I've been using this, like the dry patches I get on my nose have been like non-existent, which feels really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now and do my brows while I kind of let that settle on my face. So where's my brow pencil? It might be in one of my brush containers. So for brows, I use the e.l.f. the brow pencil, the Instant Lift brow pencil, and it's in the color taupe. I've been using this forever and I really like it. It just, I don't know, I feel like it works really well for me. I like the color that it makes my brows. It's like a natural brown, I feel like. So that's what I'm gonna go and do now. I first brush them out and then I apply the product, blend it, and then I put concealer under it. So we'll do that while we answer some more questions. So I kind of already answered number 2, where do you currently live? I still live in Freedom. I live with my mom. You guys may or may not know that, but we live together here in our little house that I grew up in. And I guess I'm very grateful that my mom lets me live here because I'm going to school in Green Bay at University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. And it's really nice that she lets me live here while I'm in college because it's not that long of a commute for me, and that way I can save money. And like, she always like buys groceries too. I usually will buy my own groceries. I'll just supply, like if I want something extra that she doesn't like have in the house, I'll go out and buy it myself because I just feel bad like making her do that because I'm like 21 years old and I feel like I definitely can buy my own stuff. So I'll do that, but it's super generous of her. And like, it's only us 2 here, so we don't really like have a lot to do for like house chores, but we kind of both help out with it. I mean, I give her more props because she does more for sure, and she does my laundry, so thank you, Mom, I love you. But yeah, it kind of works out. It's like she's like my roommate and we have fun together. Okay, so the next question, who is your first best friend? So I mean, like, I've always had like little friends growing up, like in daycare, and like my neighbors were really good friends of mine, but my actual very first best friend is still my best friend today, and her name is Alicia. And she's, I don't know if I feel like she's gotta have been in some of my vlogs before. I don't know, but her and I were best friends when she moved in next door to me. In this house, she lived right next door. We used to play together, and you guys know her sister for sure, Haley. Haley has also become one of my best friends over the years. Love them both dearly. But yeah, we grew up together and we got into a lot of trouble as kids. We were actually just talking about that today because we used to prank call people when we were little. Like, we thought it was so funny to just like dial a random number, star 67. And oh my gosh, one time this man, he got really angry that we were prank calling him, which like rightfully so. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but also like we were kids and it was kind of harmless. But he called me back and he left a voicemail because I didn't answer. And he left me the angriest voicemail. It like scared us so bad. He said he was gonna call the sheriff and have us arrested. And he said that he was going to call my cell phone company and have my phone shut off. And we were like 10, like we were so little, but we thought it was super funny. We also tipped over a porta potty one time. That's a long story, but we were just kind of naughty, but we had a lot of fun. Yeah, so that was my first best friend. She's still my best friend. She's a bridesmaid in my wedding, and so is her sister Haley, and I love them both dearly, like I said. All right, next question, how tall are you? Honestly, you guys, I don't even know how tall I am because every time I go to the doctor, they tell me something different, and I don't really know. I'm definitely like very average in height. Like, I'm not super tall, but I'm also not like really short. I think last time I went, okay, when I went like a while ago, they said I was 5'4" or 5'6", but then I just went to the doctor recently and they said I was 5'4", so I'm like, I don't know. And my doctor one time, she was like, oh, you're a little person, because she's like, because I do have short legs, but I was like, I didn't think I was that short. Like, so I don't really know, you guys. I don't know how tall I am. It changes, and like if you ask people how tall they are, I feel like everybody's is like not consistent. So I just say like, yeah, I'm incredibly average, like not really tall, not really short, just kind of average height. All right, next question, dogs or cats? Growing up, I was definitely a dog person because we've just always had dogs. Like, I feel like you are what your family like has. So for me, we just like always grew up with dogs. Ever since I was little, I've always had a dog in the house. And I still have a dog in the house, my girl, my Brandy girl. And yeah, so I've just always, I guess I would like immediately say dogs, but I actually grew to like cats a lot. My friends, a few of my friends have cats and they're really, really cute. I love when they come up and purr. And my best friend Alicia that I just talked about, she has, I think, my favorite cat in the whole world. His name's Bart. He is so precious. He comes up to me when I come over and gives me little kisses, and he's just like so chill and relaxed, and just like, I will say, like, the thing about like cats is that they're definitely more chill, whereas like dogs sometimes like are a lot to handle. And like, to be honest, sometimes I'm not in the mood for dogs. Like, some dogs, that you have to understand that they're puppies, and I do get that, and some of them just have a lot of energy, but it's like, sometimes it's like, can you just not be like barking in my face and jumping on me? So I will say I love how chill cats are, but I mean, dogs, come on, like, they're so cute, and they're so, honestly, I don't want to be that person that's like, cats are just there, cats have no personality, because I know that's not true. But like, I just feel like the dogs that I've had have had such big personalities that it's like hard not to just fall in love with them. Okay, next one, funniest moment throughout high school. Oh my gosh, I have to think about this one. One funny moment that's sticking out right off the bat was when me and my friend Maddie, we were in AP Stats our senior year, and we had this like awesome teacher. He was like really fun, but he would say like the funniest things. He would say like, coming down the pipeline this week, or like, I know I'm probably missing the funniest ones right now, but me and her, we like kept all of the funny things that he said in a notebook all year long, and we made a poster for him at the end of the year that had like a lot of his funny quotes on it. And then we so we made the poster for him, and we put pictures, because we were kind of naughty in that class, and like we didn't really pay attention a lot. I mean, I found it to be like pretty easy actually. Like, I passed the AP test, so I mean, there's that. But we were just like, we would take funny pictures of him on Snapchat, like with the filters that would make like his body all funny. And which is like, that's so naughty, because I'm going to school to be a teacher, and if my students ever do that, they're getting their phones taken away. No, I'm just kidding. But we thought we were so funny, so we would like take funny like pictures that made his body look weird on Snapchat, and then we put them on the poster at the end of the year. And I don't know, it was funny. He thought it was funny too, and it was a good memory. Other than that, I don't know, like I said, me and Alicia, my friend, okay, this is actually a funny story that involves Al. You guys know Al, my husband-to-be. So we were all going on a band trip. Oh, by the way, now I'm just going in with this Almay, this brow styler. It's just like a brow mascara to just brush it through my brows. But anyways, on with the story. So we were all in band. Al played the trumpet, me and Alicia were percussionists, and we had to go, our football team that year like made it like to the round before state. So we had to go to, where was it? Chippewa Falls, I think. No, I don't remember where. I think we had to go to Chippewa Falls. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but we had to go like somewhere far away, so we had to take a bus there. And like, so we, on the way home, we like stopped at a gas station, I think, for people to like go to the bathroom or whatever. And Alicia got this like huge Mountain Dew, because one thing about Alicia is she loves her Mountain Dew. So she got like a huge thing of Mountain Dew, okay? Well, then we're coming back, like, so we had to drive like a long time home after the game ended. So like a lot of people were sleeping. So Alicia was sleeping on a seat, and then I was sleeping on another seat, and like I was taking up the whole seat, so Al had to sleep on the floor, which is such a gentleman, right? But no, so he was sleeping on the floor, and he accidentally kicked over, like while he was sleeping, he kicked over Alicia's like huge thing of Mountain Dew. So it was like all sticky in the back of the bus. And so we finally get back to the school, and we get off the bus, we realize that the whole floor is like completely sticky. And so as we're walking out, instead of just saying nothing, I tried to be nice, and I told the bus driver, I was like, yeah, it's a little sticky back there, we don't know what happened. And we're like, okay, I feel like that story doesn't sound as funny as I'm like making it out to be, but it was actually really funny at the time, because it's like, Why did I have to say anything? Like, I think it's because I was trying to make it seem like we like didn't spill soda on purpose, but we like kind of did. But anyways, okay, that was like a long kind of pointless story. But so these are like my finished brows, as you can see. If I'm doing like a glam look like this, I will do them a little bit more like how I did them, because they obviously don't look very natural. But yeah, I just kind of shape them and fill them in and brush them. So now I'm gonna move on to the eyes. So as you can kind of see when I was blending, this is the concealer I used for brows. By the way, it's just a Maybelline concealer. It's in the shade 5 Ivory. But I'm just gonna go ahead and dot that on my eyelid just so that I have a base. Some of it did get on my eyelid, but not enough. And I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend that out. So yeah, I have like a ton more funny high school stories, but those were just 2 that are sticking out to me right now. So next question, what year were you born? I was born on September 10th of 1998. And like technically I'm a 90s baby, but I don't really think I have the right to say that because I don't remember any bit of the 90s. But yeah, I mean technically I was born in the 90s, but okay, so now I'm gonna tape off my eyes just because I am going for a little bit more of a dramatic look. Today, I do like to tape off my eyes just to keep my eyeshadows in more of a, like a winged kind of dramatic cat eye kind of look. So I just take a piece of tape. It doesn't really matter what. I know they make like tape for this, but I try to line it up though so that you can see like how I want my wings to be. So I try to line it up somewhat like that. So next question, are you in / have you gone to college? I feel like I've talked about this a lot. Yes, I'm in college. I'm in my 3rd year at UW Green Bay, and I'm going for music ed, choral music ed. I knew pretty much all of high school that that's what I wanted to do, so it was not hard for me to officially make that call to go for music ed. So now I'm gonna go in with my Sweet Peach palette. You guys know I used this in my last video. I love this palette so much. It's an old palette, but smells like peaches, you guys. I feel so cool now that I have a ring light. You guys can actually see these colors, but this palette is gorgeous. I love it for spring and summertime because it's just like the colors just work so well. So I'm gonna take a big blending brush and go in with this color right here. It's called Peaches and Cream. It just gives you a nice neutral base is all. And if I'm not using this shade, I'm using just some powder because it does the same thing. So I'm just gonna go in and give myself like a neutral base for the colors to go on. That's all. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with like one of my favorite colors from this palette. You guys know I use it in a lot of videos. It's this color right next to it. It's called Georgia. It's just like a light pink. It doesn't look like it would be much, but like on my skin tone, I absolutely love it. I feel like it does wonders on my skin tone. All right, next question. What is your favorite drink? I don't know if this means like alcoholic drink or if it means just like in general, so I'll do both. My favorite alcoholic drink, I would have to say, I never thought I'd be saying this ever, but I've come to really like Bloody Marys. And when I was little, my sister, if you guys know, I have a sister that's 6 years older than me, so she was obviously drinking when I was like while before I was, but she always loved Bloody Marys, and I would be like, I would look at her drinking that and I'd be like, what are you drinking? Like, it literally looks like you're drinking tomato soup, which I love tomato soup, but it's like, I don't want to drink cold tomato soup through a straw really. But yeah, so I would always like silently judge her for her Bloody Marys, but now I love them, you guys. I make them really good too, not to toot my own horn, but I make really good Bloody Marys. So that's probably my favorite alcoholic drink. I also really like tequila sunrises. I feel like tequila is dangerous obviously, but for some reason the like tequila, like the mix of the aftertaste of tequila with the OJ just gives me like such a it's just such a refreshing drink. I love it. But as far as non-alcoholic drink goes, I don't drink coffee. I really don't drink soda, but I do love me a good Sprite every once in a while. I love all forms of lemonade. Like, give me raspberry lemonade, give me regular lemonade. I want it all. Okay, so now I'm going in with this color right here, Summer Yum. It's like a burnt orangey color. I'm really gonna make sure I like get the product off of my brush quite a bit because it does stick with you. Like it's one that you don't want to use too much of, but I love the color it gives on my skin tone. So I'm gonna go in with that and just do it on my crease, like right, not as far out as I did the Georgia color, but I'm still gonna try to blend it out. So anyways, yeah, I love all forms of lemonade. Honestly, I drink a lot of water, and water is like obviously good, so I love drinking my water. I love tea too. I'm a tea person. Okay, next question. What is your spirit animal and why? This is a really good question. These questions are like kind of deep, but I've thought about this very extensively, and I do have a spirit animal. My spirit animal is the wolf. I love wolves. I think they're just like beautiful. I think they're gorgeous. What I think I love most about them is their like sense of family and their sense of like loyalty. I don't know, I can't really explain it, you guys, and maybe it's because I love Twilight so much, but I think my spirit animal is a wolf. I just think they're like honestly the most beautiful creatures ever. They're so beautiful. I also love birds though too, like not the annoying ones, but like the graceful ones. Like eagles are so graceful, and like swans are so graceful. But I don't really see that as like my calling. Like I don't see that as my spirit animal. Swans were my grandma's spirit animal though, and I think that she is a swan now in the afterlife because she loved them so much. But yeah, mine's definitely a wolf. Like obviously if I saw a wolf in the wild, I'd be like pretty terrified because they're spooky, but I just like, I can't help but like think about how gorgeous they are. Like they are so pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in again with this color Puree. I used this in my last video. It's just like a caramely brown kind of color, and I'm just gonna go in with my crease, but I'm gonna focus it more on like the inner crease, so I'm not gonna bring it out nearly as much as I did the others. Okay, next question. You're wearing perfume. What scent is it? That's kind of a weird question, but I think it's just kind of saying like, what's your go-to perfume scent? I have been using the same perfume since like my junior year of high school. I am in love with it. I think it's the greatest scent ever. It is by the brand Nest, and it's called Indigo. They sell it at Sephora, but it's really expensive, but like I kind of splurge on it because I think it's worth it. It smells like, I can't even explain it. Like it's not really fruity or really flowery. It's kind of like a mix of both, but it's just so like sultry. Is that like a word? Like it's like deep and like romantic, and like I feel like I'm just sounding stupid, but it's literally smells so good. I don't think I'll ever stray unless I find one that's like takes my breath away like that did. My friend Maya actually got me into it because we used to be like big makeup people, and we go to Sephora all the time just for fun, and she's like, you have to smell this perfume, it smells so good. So she got me hooked on it, so thanks Maya. So this is kind of what I have going on so far. I just like to create somewhat of a crease look. I like it to have like browns, and I love the Summer Yum color. Like I said, on me it kind of gives like a pinky more than an orangey to me. I feel like on camera it looks super orange, but I don't know, I love the way that it looks. So now I'm gonna go in with a more condensed brush. It's the one in the top corner here. It's called Charmed, I'm sure. It's a beautiful brown color, beautiful cool brown. Okay, next question I already answered. Tea or coffee? Tea all the way. I just don't know, like obviously I'm gonna, like if someone says, oh, do you like frappuccinos? Like, yeah, obviously I love a frappuccino. Like, I love that. But straight coffee, I think I love the smell of it. It smells totally good. But I don't like the taste very much, and I don't like what it does to me. It makes me way too jittery. It makes me, I don't know, it like really, coffee like really affects me a lot, which is good because then if I ever like need to be awake for something, like I know it does the trick. My mom just got home from grocery shopping, so if you hear doors opening in the background, that's why. But anyways, with the whole coffee thing, like, obviously I like it. I'm not like, it's not like I can't drink it. It's just I don't really like to drink it, and I don't really think it's good for me. And like, my goal in life is to not have a caffeine addiction. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if I said this, but I'm really just focusing this like on my inner corners. I don't know if you can see, but I'm really just focusing it in here, trying to create dimension. All right, next question. What are your life goals? Well, I guess I don't really have any like huge, amazing life goals. I just want to be successful in my career. Like, I want to teach. I've always wanted to teach. I just feel like that's kind of where like my calling is, especially little kids. Like, every time I've ever had the opportunity to work with like kindergarten aged kids, I just love it. I love that age, and I really want to aim to inspire that age to love school and to love music. So I want to be successful in doing that. I obviously want to start a family, like really bad. I want to be a mom really bad. Other than that, I really would love to grow my channel. Like, that's something I'm very passionate about, is like sharing ideas with people. And I would love to grow this channel more. I have grown it a ton already in 2020, which makes me really happy, but I would love to do even more and take it even further. I mean, it'd be cool to eventually get monetized, but that's a pretty big goal, but it's not totally out of the question. It's just, for me, not really anytime soon. But yeah, I'm really passionate about this channel. Like, I think it's really fun. I feel like this is where I found like one of my favorite hobbies, so I'm gonna keep up with it. And yeah, I think my life goals will change as I age. Like, I think I'm gonna have goals to obviously own a forever home that, you know, we can stay in forever and make our own and make all the things that we want and love. I don't know if we're gonna build a house someday or what, but we definitely want to be in a home that we love, which we know that that's really down the road, but that's okay. So right now I'm just kind of blending that brown color out. But yeah, this is kind of what I've got going on so far. Okay, next question. What sports do you play or have you played? Well, I'm not really a sporty person. You guys probably already know that. But I have played volleyball in the past, and I really like volleyball a lot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that same concealer and just put it on my eyelid very lightly, and then take a brush and kind of blend it out. I'm not like cutting my crease, but I want to create another base for the shimmery shade that I'm going to put on. So yeah, I played volleyball in middle school, and I loved it. I didn't like how the competitive. Why can't I talk? I didn't really like the competitiveness of it. Like, that's not really my favorite. I got really worked up when I played it, because if I would make like one little mistake, I would like cry about it. So that's not really what I'm like all about. But I really enjoyed it, and it was something fun for me to do that I actually liked, and it got me to do like something physical with my life. And yeah, that's probably about it. But volleyball, I didn't really play any other sports. I mean, when I was like super little, like I was in like a basketball camp, but it didn't really take off. Basketball's not my thing. I'm not like a runner, so like soccer, basketball, those are like not my thing. As you can see, that's just what I did. It just made my eyelid a little bit more, gave me a little bit more base for my shimmer shade. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. But I still enjoy volleyball. Like, when in the summer, if we just like set up a net for fun with friends, like I really enjoy that. I also really enjoyed dance, and I love to dance. I was in dance in elementary school, and like pretty much the whole time I was with a private dance studio, and then I was with my school's dance in 4th and 5th grade, and I loved doing that. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so as you can see, I just did that to my lids, and now I'm gonna go in with the shimmer shade, which is gorgeous. I can't wait to show you guys. It's on my Morphe palette, actually. This is the 35R palette. It's this shade right here. They don't have names, but it's this shade right here. I'm gonna take that on a big flat brush and put that right on my lid because it is gorgeous. Okay, next question. Have any books you read changed your life? So I am kind of sad that I'm not a reader, but I'm not gonna try to I'm not gonna try to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm not really a reader at all. I like to read sometimes, I guess, but like for me, it's not a hobby. It's not something I ever really liked doing. It's not something I find peace doing or anything like that, which I do honestly think is sad because I know a lot of people who love reading have like a really good time discovering books and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to say no to this question. Like, I just can't sugarcoat it. Have I had books that I liked? Of course, like I've had books that we had to read in high school. I really liked reading One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I thought that was a really good book. The Hunger Games books are really good. Twilight, obviously I love Twilight. But none of them, like, I can't say they changed my life, so I'm sorry. So you can see the shimmer shade. It's gorgeous, it's stunning. It looks good every time I use it, so I'm just gonna go ahead now and blend in between those colors because there's kind of some funkiness going on here. But if I blend it out, I feel like it looks a lot better. So this is the look that I've got going on right now. I've got a shimmery shade with some browns on my outer corner and then this like pinky orange hue going on. I'm actually gonna take a little bit more of that Charmed, I'm sure, just because I feel like it's not defined as I like it, and I can always blend more in if I want. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of what I've got now. So now I'm gonna go in with my highlight, the Pearl by Becca that you guys know I use, and I'm gonna do under my brow and my inner corners. Okay, so next question, what is your favorite movie? Oh my gosh, I have way too many. I'm a huge movie person, I think movies are superior to TV shows. That's just my personal opinion. Like, I'd rather sit down and watch like a great film than like a TV series, but that's obviously opinion. But I love and appreciate, I don't just love it because like, oh, love story, hot boy. I like appreciate like the cinematic like genius that's going on is the Titanic. James Cameron is like a total genius, and when I like watch that movie, I like forget that it was made in the 90s because like it's just, the quality is so good. You like feel like you're watching it like today. So like for the 90s, that's like I think what impresses me so much. But other than that, Leo is my like favorite actor. I love him so much. And the Titanic, I think, is just like, it has everything I love in a movie. It has like a love story, it has an amazing score, it has great acting, it has like some historical truth going on. Like, I love like a historical fiction kind of, where it's like a historically true event, but they added like a story to it that's like not true, if that makes sense. So I could honestly like go on and on about the Titanic because I think it's just such like a great movie. Other than that though, I love the movie Pearl Harbor for like the exact same reason. It has a fantastic score. It's like a historical, like it really happened, but they added like a story with it. The Pirates of the Caribbean movies are awesome too. Awesome score again. You guys know I love Twilight. People are gonna talk bad about Twilight, but I love Twilight, all of them. They're all so good. I also absolutely adore the movie Water for Elephants with Reese Witherspoon and Robert Pattinson. That movie, oh, the story is just so good. If you guys haven't seen that, that's your movie night movie tonight. I could literally go on and on about more movies that I love, but Water for Elephants is a great movie. Like a feel-good funny movie goes, I love 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. It just like puts me in a vibe. I think it's so funny. I love the movie Tommy Boy. I think it's so funny. I'm not like a big comedy person, but like those two, every time they get me. The Wedding Singer, that's a great movie too. That's a classic. I actually recently watched a super good movie with my mom. It has Keanu Reeves in it. I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but it's called A Walk in the Clouds. It was such a good movie. It's kind of old, but it was such a good movie. Okay, so this is what I have right now. You can see I lightened under my brow and my inner corners just to brighten that up. But now I am going to go in. This is a trick, well, not really a trick, but something I've been doing a lot lately just to like brighten my eye up is to actually so on my top waterline, I'm gonna do black liner, but on the bottom, I do white liner. And it's just been really, with this look especially, I think it's gorgeous. I'm just gonna pop some of that on my bottom waterline. Try not to get it on my lashes, but I always do. Okay, so next question. Who are your favorite YouTubers? I have been waiting to answer this question because I love YouTube. As you guys can see, I went ahead and popped that white eyeliner. It really does a lot for the look. You'll see when I'm all done. And if I do get some in my lash line, that's fine. It's always why I do it before mascara. But now I'm gonna take black liner and do it on my upper waterline. Okay, so my favorite YouTubers, well, I guess like my favorite channel type is like family, like vlogs and stuff like that. I don't really watch a lot. I do watch some beauty and fashion people, but I watch a lot more like family kind of vlogs. So I've been loving Rochelle and Justin. I've watched them for a really long time actually. I watched her back when she was trying to get pregnant the very first time, and then she had her daughter was stillborn, and then she had Emma, and now actually last week she just had twins. So I've been with her for a very long time. She's actually messaged me I've messaged her back and forth on Instagram a few times because she's awesome. And yeah, so I love her. I'm gonna take the tape off now, by the way, so you can really see what I've got going on here. This is what I've got for the eyes. And I'm gonna go in and do eyeliner now because this is a glam look. So I'm gonna go in with black eyeliner and create some wings. All right, so other than Rochelle and Justin, who they are honestly the people that inspired me to do YouTube, just because I loved how like the fact that they were posting these videos to YouTube was like memories that they would have forever. Like I absolutely loved that. That's something that I wanted for like my family. So them. But also recently I started loving the Chatwins. If you guys don't know the Chatwins, you need to go check them out. They have the most adorable family. They have triplets and they are like the most positive people ever. Like just watching their videos like uplifts me so much because they are so positive and they have the most adorable family. They make having triplets look very easy, I'm sure. So yeah, as you guys can kind of see, having the like, I'm trying to get closer so you guys can see my wing, but having the line already done really helps to get the wing. So I'm just gonna go in now and kind of fill that in. But other than the Chatwins and Rochelle and Justin, I like Shannon Rose. I like KK and Baby J. Obviously Jeffree Star is really funny. His videos always make me laugh. Alright, so next question. Do you speak any languages and how well? No, I mean I obviously speak English, but other than that, I took Spanish for 2 years in high school, Spanish 1 and 2. And I mean, like obviously I learned the basics, but I don't say that I speak Spanish because I haven't even like done anything with it since. And like, I honestly can't say that like I speak Spanish because I've probably forgot a lot of it. I am taking a German class next semester though, actually. I'm really excited about that. And okay, so there's my wing so far. Just kind of take them off and connect the lines. So, all right, so now I'm gonna move on to lashes. So I'm going to give myself a base by just curling my lashes and putting on a little bit of this. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof Mascara. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so next question is, are you single or are you taken? You guys already know that I am very happily taken. We are supposed to be getting married soon, but that's another story. But yep, we've been together for almost 4 years now. All right, next question. What is your idea of a dream date? Honestly, my idea of a dream date we do all the time. I love stargazing, and we take the time to go stargaze all the time. We did it like a ton in high school, and I love stargazing. I love like grabbing dinner with the sun setting and then coming home from dinner all full and happy and then going to watch the stars. I think it's so personal and romantic. I do my bottom lashes because I obviously don't have fake lashes down there. So I just try to do them. But now I'm going to put on lashes because this is Glam. So I recently bought these lashes from Target. They're just like the Ardell. They're pretty basic, but I'm gonna try them out. They look really nice. So let's see how it goes. How long was your longest relationship? It's the relationship I'm in right now. And we are going on 4 years pretty soon, actually, like a month away. Okay, so 22, next question. How would you describe your fashion sense? This question's got me excited. I would say that my fashion sense is very girly. I like a lot of, you know, light pinks, whites. I like a lot of simple and girly styles. For sure. Ooh, these lashes are so pretty. Oh, these are gonna be gorgeous. So yeah, I would definitely say girly. In high school, I wore a little bit more edgy stuff. Now I don't really wear the edgy clothing, but definitely girly. A little bit boho because I love my hats. You guys know I love my hats. But not really, I wouldn't say totally boho, but a little bit. Mostly girly and simple because I love like a simple white shirt with blue jeans. I think that's such a cute fashion look. Okay, sorry guys, I went ahead and just did my lashes off camera because I realized I do not want to talk while doing them. I just like kind of need silence. But here is what they've got. These are my first time actually wearing these. They're really pretty. They're a little bit too big like on the outside for me, but overall they are actually really, really pretty. So those are the lashes. So now I'm going to go in and do my face, so like my foundation. And I am currently a little bit tan right now because I've been using some self-tanner. So I'm going to mix the shade 202 Creamy Natural and the shade 203 Nude Beige of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, my all-time favorite foundation. I blend that out with a brush that I got at Target. I don't really even know what it is, but it's just like a brush like that. Okay, so I don't even remember where I left off in the questions. I think it was with my fashion sense. Yeah, I would just say I'm very girly. I love like light colors. I love flower patterns, all that kind of stuff, which you guys probably could have predicted. But okay, so the next question is, what is your go-to hairstyle? So My go-to hairstyle is obviously just down and curled, but recently I've been loving doing like a half up, half down look. And I also love doing a like a low pony with a middle part. I think it's like sleek. I think it's an easy way to look nice and like present. It's an easy way to look like you know what you're doing when it comes to hair. Oh, I wish I would have put my hair back more. But yeah, guys, my all-time go-to is just down and curled. All right, next question is, how many siblings do you have? So I have one sister. Her name's Christy. She's been in a ton of my videos. You know, she has my adorable nephew and niece. And she is 6 years older than me. But I've loved growing up having a sister. We're very close. She's my maid of honor at my wedding. I would definitely consider her a best friend of mine. Okay, so the next question is, what is your go-to fast food order? Well, as far as fast food places go, I love Subway, if you would even really consider that fast food, which it is technically fast food, but I love Subway. My go-to sub there is a spicy Italian, and I put every veggie on it except for black olives. And then I put Subway vinaigrette, and then I also put oregano, Parmesan, vinegar, the red wine vinegar, and usually mozzarella cheese, if not pepper jack. And I go back and forth between toasting it and not toasting it. So that's probably my go-to. I also love like a buffalo chicken wrap from Subway. If I'm going to like McDonald's, I get a kid's meal, chicken nuggets with a sweet tea and a side of pickles. Or I get a quarter pounder with cheese. Okay, so next, do you use a PC or a Mac? I use a PC. I honestly don't know what I'm talking about with computers, you guys. But I don't really care about computers that much. My laptop is a Dell, the Inspiron. I think it works really nice, but I also do love Apple products, so. Okay, so after I blended my foundation out with a brush, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender just to get the areas like around my nose and stuff that I might have missed. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. So what is your most memorable vacation memory? Okay, so growing up, we never really went on vacation a lot. Like we had a cabin up north, and for us, that was our vacation. But my favorite memory of those ages was definitely going down to the lake and swimming all day. My mom called me a mermaid because I would just be in the lake all day. But growing up then, once Al joined the military, I took a lot more vacations to California and then now to North Carolina. And I mean, California was amazing. It was like an experience unlike any other. But my favorite Carolina trip was when we drove. We had some really great memories driving with Braxton, and you guys, I did make travel vlogs of that, so you've seen that. But that was awesome. That was like my favorite trip so far. I loved driving. I loved getting to see the areas instead of just flying over them. I mean, it was tiring to drive, but overall, I thought it was really, really fun. We made a lot of good memories that trip. So I don't think I ever said what my eyelash glue was. It's just this like Kiss strip lash adhesive from Dollar General. It honestly works better than anything I've ever used, and it dries clear. So even if I do get it like all over, which I usually do, it dries clear. So that's why I love that. All right, so now I'm going in with my all-time favorite concealer. It's the Maybelline Instant Rewind Age Concealer. I absolutely love this. You guys know that I love that though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right under my eye in like a little triangle under both eyes, not just one. I always do it on the tip of my nose just to highlight that, and then I always do like a T shape on my forehead like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out with my beauty blender. So sorry if things look different, my camera died, that's why I took like a small break in between this. I don't really remember what question I left off on, but all right, so next question. Do you have any bad habits? Yes, I do. So one of my really bad habits that I have is I chew on my straws and my toothbrushes. Like, I don't know why, you guys. I don't honestly know why, but I go through a toothbrush like weekly. I have to have a new toothbrush because every time I brush my teeth, I like have to chew on it. I just have to. Like, I don't know why. I have to chew on it. And my straws too. Like, if you were to see me like drink like something at a restaurant with like a straw, I chew the straw so bad. But other than that, when I was little, I had a bad habit. I sucked my thumb until I was like 11, until I got braces. I couldn't fall asleep without sucking my thumb. I don't suck my thumb anymore, don't worry. But I don't really know what other bad habits I have. The straw and toothbrush one definitely stick out to me as being a bad habit. All right, so after that, I go in with my Maybelline Fit Me, the powder. This powder is amazing. It gives me like the matte finish under my eyes that I love. So let's go on to the next one. What is your favorite Netflix show? I am not a huge Netflix watcher, but when I do watch Netflix, I love watching that 70s show just for something like to put on because it makes me laugh. This powder, you guys, look at that. Is that not so amazing? I love that powder. Anyway, so that 70s show, I really like that. I know mostly just watch movies on Netflix, so probably that 70s show. I'm gonna go in now and do a little bit of contouring with my Becca Glow palette, the Chrissy Teigen palette. I love this. It's so pretty. I know I've showed it in many of my makeup videos before, but it is so pretty. So I go in with this color. It's the Malibu Soleil bronzer. So because I have a rounder face, I'm gonna keep the bronzer higher on my face. I'm not gonna bring it down quite so far, just because I want to give the illusion that I have cheekbones, because I really don't. Okay, so next question. What are your pet peeves? One of my biggest pet peeves is I hate when people interrupt while talking. Like if I'm talking or if someone else is talking and someone interrupts. Like obviously sometimes just in normal conversation, like it happens, you know, like you both start talking at the same time and you don't mean to. But I mean like someone has clearly started saying something and someone just says something else. I also hate when people, like when you're eating with a fork and you scrape the fork against your teeth while you're eating. I can't stand that. That drives me up a wall, and my mom does that. So that's another one of my pet peeves. This is like really random and like really kind of petty of me. Well, not totally, but I hate when people say me either instead of saying me neither. Like I understand for some people, like they might just honestly like goof up the words and it's whatever, it's not a big deal. Or it's like one of those things where like they've been saying it forever, like they don't really like even think about it. Just like how we say like I could care less when you're actually supposed to say like I couldn't care less. But when people like, it just drives me insane when people say me either. I don't know, it just like makes my skin crawl. Okay. Next one, what is your favorite color? I love pale pink. I think that's probably my all-time favorite color. It just like makes me feel like I'm in like a bubble bath or something. Like it just makes me, it like relaxes me. The color just relaxes me so much. I also love like a light baby blue. It like makes me feel like I'm like floating on clouds. Like it's just like, I love those two colors, especially together. I also love just white and black. I think they're both clean and simple. Like white is just so clean. Like everything white just looks good to me. Like in my house we will have like all white stuff because I just think it looks so clean. and I love white walls. But yeah, probably light pink and blue. I feel like that was such a deep answer for a question that was like not supposed to be that deep. Okay, so that is it for my bronzer. Now I'm gonna go in with this color. It's called Beach Nectar. It's like a gorgeous like blush color. It's like a rose gold kind of color. So I'm just gonna kind of put that and kind of dab it right up on top of here. So, okay, next one. Have you been to any concerts? Which are your most memorable? I love going to concerts, you guys. I have been to, when I was little, I've been to Justin Bieber and 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. I've been to their concerts. They were all good and it was fun to make memories like with my friends. But I loved going to, I went to a few rock concerts. Like me and Al, when we first started dating, like that was our thing that we like loved to do, was go to rock concerts. So we saw Kansas, we saw 38 Special, we saw Blue Oyster Cult, we saw George Thorogood, we saw Joan Jett, and we saw Leonard Skinner, what they're touring right now. We have tickets for July to go see Motley Crue, and I'm really excited about that. I hope it doesn't get canceled because that show I've been looking forward to like honestly all year. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and pop some of my my highlight, my Pearl by Becca. I always take a little bit of it on the tip of my nose like that, and then I also take some just up high on my cheeks just to give me a little something. And I also do it a little bit above my brow too, just in this area, just to give me. So this is what I have for a contour. I just like it to be simple. I really don't like to go all out. Even though it's a glam look, I just like, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think I'm like ready to do like a full-on big contour yet. I'm just like not there yet in my makeup skills. So I just kind of do something simple, but it works. So now is the fun part. We get to do lips. So I'm gonna take a lip color. I'm going with this. It is by Kat Von D, and it is a bright, like Barbie pink. It's called Backstage Bambi. It's her liquid lipstick, which I love. I have a lot of them. They're all right here. I have lots. I didn't even get them all in there. I have lots of them. But this one is one of my favorites for spring. It's super vibrant and very gorgeous. So I moisturized my lips right after the shower and exfoliated them already, but I would highly recommend doing that before putting lip product on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I do slightly overline just because I have like not really big lips. So I slightly do that, but I always make sure I come in at the inner corners. Okay, so next question. What is the biggest struggle you overcame? This is actually a good question to end with if I end with this one. Oh, I always do that. I always lick my lips right before I put lipstick on. So I have always struggled with body confidence. Anybody who knows me knows that. Sorry, I just wanted to get my base on for my bottom lip, but I have always struggled with body confidence, and I think I've really learned how to love myself, and that's a big challenge I overcame because I've struggled with it ever since I was in elementary school, honestly. And that's really sad because, you know, you shouldn't be worried about your body at that age. But I just was. I always wanted to lose weight when I was little because I had severely warped body image. I have always thought that I was severely overweight even when I wasn't. And I think it all stemmed because I developed so fast. I went through puberty early. I got my first period at, I was 9 years old. I think it was either 9 or 10. It was the summer before 5th grade. So I was very little. I grew boobs very little. I was in a C cup by 5th grade. I was in an A cup in 4th grade. And it was very different. I was very different. I felt very different. So that's kind of, I just want to interrupt quick. This is kind of the lip shape that I like to do. This is my color. I'm gonna let that dry before I do some snazzy stuff to it that you guys will see. But anyways, on with my story. I was really insecure about the size of my boobs. Like, I always just felt like I was like so crazy and so weird. And in middle school, I would actually saran wrap them. Like, I would take like the plastic wrap and wrap around my chest so many times before I would put like my clothes on for school, because it made me like have a flatter chest, which is like so sad. Honestly, like, I want to talk to my daughters or daughter or even sons about this matter. Honestly, body confidence doesn't have like a gender, but I like, if I do have daughters, I want to make sure that they know that like they're not weird for being a woman and having boobs. But yeah, I just felt very like weird and out of place, and for a long time it caused me to like really not like myself. I struggled a lot with like eating disorders growing up. I would starve myself. In 7th grade, I actually went a few months of starving myself. I wouldn't eat breakfast, and I would eat like one thing at like, literally I would eat like a fry at lunch, and then I would go home and eat dinner, because if I didn't, my mom would catch on to it and be like, why are you not eating? So I wouldn't eat like the meals that she didn't see me eat. So like, I was only eating dinner basically, and which was like terrible. Like, I was lightheaded all the time in school. Like in gym class, I was always lightheaded. And like, I never really told anybody, even just because like I was embarrassed about it too. But I just struggled to find like the beauty in myself. Like, I would look at myself and just like hate my body. I loved who I was on the inside. I've always loved who I was on the inside. I feel very blessed to not ever have to struggle with that, but I struggled a lot with who I was on the outside. So I think my biggest battle that I overcome was just learning to love my body for like what it is, because I can now say like, this is a magnificent body. You know, it's like weird. I don't know. I feel like this is like super deep, but I wanted to do a story time about it, like my, you know, like struggles with my eating disorder and everything like that. And like how I, you know, for a few months I would starve myself and just like kind of bring awareness to it. But I want to do it in a very tasteful way. Like, I don't want to make it seem, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to make me seem like I'm something that I'm not, or I'm trying to be something that I'm not, or something like that. But that's the biggest battle I overcame. And if you have body confidence issues and you want to talk about it, please message me. I'm always here. So that's enough of that. Now my lipstick has dried. I'm going to take a brush, kind of like so, one of these, and I'm going to go in with my highlight, and I'm going to highlight my Cupid's bow and just pop a little highlight on there. And I'm also going to highlight right here. I don't know what to call this. But there you go. It honestly does make a difference. Like, it just makes your lips pop a little more. And I'm not really happy with the way I did this Cupid's bow, but yeah, just makes your lips pop a little more. So this is the completed look. Let me try to show you a little bit closer. All right, everybody, this is the completed springtime glam look. I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like you can see it a little bit better over here, although I am very grateful for the ring light, but you can just see what I did a little bit better over here. So as you can see, the white eyeliner really pops, and I'm trying to show you guys everything that I can. The lips. Alright everybody, so that is it for this video. I feel like this video was incredibly long, which it was, but that's okay. We had a little fun, we had a little chit chat, and did a springtime glam look that you should definitely try. Like I said, you could do this same eye look, but then switch up the lip color and it would make like a completely different kind of look. But I love this. I think it's gorgeous for the springtime, even the summer, and it was fun to get to talk and to answer some questions. I hope you guys maybe learned a little bit more about me, maybe not, but yeah, this is the springtime glam makeup look, and that is all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!